Hold on a second, brother. The question I have is about the Messiah lineage. Okay, that's the first book of Matthew, right?
Yep.
Okay, wasn't his grandmama a Moabite?
What do you mean his grandmother? You mean
His grandmother.
You mean King David's mother?
Well, it's still in the bloodline of Krishna. The correct name. Okay, do you not know who the Moabites is to Krishna? What's the connection? I'm just asking you. Because you teach it.
Salakia. First off, his grandma could have been a Moabite or Ammonite or anything. That don't matter. It's a matriarch, right? Right. So it seems like you kind of tying to something that I'm thinking you kind of getting to.
You notice the Hebrew Israelite brothers and the Moors have been connected. You know why?
Why is that?
Because the other part of the prophecy that wasn't revealed was that the Moors and the Israelites are the same damn people. How? No, now I'm gonna show you. The lineage is, who was Lot? What was Lot lineage?
Hold on, wait. First and foremost. First and foremost. Let me ask a question. Let me just ask the question first and foremost. The Moors, right? Who are the Moors?
The original Egyptians.
The Moors are the original Egyptians.
Original Egyptians.
So you're an Egyptian? Is that
Of
what
course.
You are too. No, I'm not.
Prove it ain't. Prove it ain't for sure.
Egyptians were Canaanites and Hamites.
Well,
what do you mean?
A lot of people love to say these little phrases and toss them around.
That's true.
Wait a minute
This is
now.
okay.
Salaki.
Now, the reason why I asked this question, right? All right. Is Moor a nation?
Yeah, more. Hell yeah, it's a nation.
What nation?
I got the congressional record.
This is
Israel
what
a
I'm
nation?
asking. This is why I'm asking this.
I'm listening.
Who was the man Moor that was that you descended from?
Who was the man more that we?
So we know how this a lineage
Moor.
works, right? A lineage, right?
Work,
so who was the man?
You
Moor?
tell me how lineage work when the man can't carry a baby.
What?
A man can't carry a baby, bro.
Okay,
so
that's not how lineage works.
Where do you
Stop,
get
hold
your bloodline from?
Hold on, you get your bloodline from your father. Give me that number.
No, you get your
numbers 1 to 18
from your father. Give me that number.
Numbers
It's in the Bible.
1 to 18.
Now hold on.
In the
Now this is
Torah.
a scientific fact, right? That when a mother is impregnated with her son or daughter with a seed, right, that their blood does not mix. Are you serious? So
when
how
the mother is what?
when she's pregnant, the blood does not mix. You know
Prove
why?
that.
Do you? It's scientific.
No, that's not.
Do you know why?
That's a lie.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
It's
It's called an umbilical cord.
Okay. And who is that umbilical cord attached to?
The mother.
Okay,
When
so
she
what is
eats,
that?
the baby eats. What does that have to do with blood?
It got a lot to do.
Do you
with
know
blood.
why? Do you know why the blood does
What
not
it gotta
mix?
do with the
Because if the blood has antibodies in it, it's a foreign
Brother,
object.
Brother, listen. Your father does carry life force. That's called the semen, the sperm.
Okay.
We understand that. That's the mitochondria DNA. But the mother carries the bloodline.
That's
We've
the most
proven
ridiculous
this.
thing.
Oh no,
on
it's
the
not.
planet.
Oh no, it's not.
How does a lineage work? What is the root word of lineage?
You got a neighbor?
What is the?
Do you got a neighbor?
What does it mean?
It means a lot.
What is the root word of lineage? What's the root word of lineage?
You tell me.
It's
Since you know.
line. The
It's
women.
what?
It's a line.
And that's the same as a
How
pedigree.
do women travel in a straight line?
Say it again.
The women travel in a straight line. And
Wait,
according to their families,
What's the point? What do you mean?
they
about
don't
that?
have lineages. Women do not have lineages.
Dude,
I mean,
where did you come
see what I'm
from?
saying?
Where did you come from?
From the seed of my father. I came out
You
of my
came
father.
from a seed.
I came out of my father's
Where did he
butt,
come from?
His nutsack.
Where did he come from?
Another seed, my grandfather.
Okay, where did he come from?
From his great grandfather.
Okay.
You're saying you're not 50% your mom.
Are you 50% your mom? That doesn't make any sense.
Whoa,
what's going on here?
trying to tell me is if I plant an apple seed, that apple is 50%.
Are you serious?
Salaki.
We're dealing with bloodlines.
Salaki.
Your bloodline
Your
comes
blood
from
comes from your mother.
Salaki.
Your pedigree.
Go ahead,
How
go
can
ahead.
you
I'm
be
just-
done? I'm trying to
Get
make
the
a
scripture.
point.
Get the
That's
scripture.
I mean, you got all the answers,
That's not true. And you know
and
it's
you
not
can't
true.
even free yourself
From what? Are you serious?
from this bondage.
Are you really?
He said, "My people are what? No. He said, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge."
Now, hold
And
on.
what's the other part of that?
Hold on.
That's
hold.
Hosea 4 said. What's the other part?
So wait a minute. Hold on.
Because
wait,
they
wait a
reject
minute. Hold on.
knowledge.
Hold.
I ain't never said I knew everything.
Hold on.
when I
Hold
walked up
on.
here.
Hold on. Now
So
you
you
claiming to
break
be a
that down.
Moor. You claiming to be a Moor.
I don't
You
claim to be
haven't.
nothing.
You haven't told me.
I said I'm an
who
Hebrew.
you descend.
Religiously, I'm an Hebrew. Look it up.
You can't be
You
a
don't know
Hebrew
what you're
and a
talking-
Moor.
I didn't say a
That's
Hebrew
not
and a Moor. A Hebrew, Y-I-B-I-R. Look it up. You got cell phone.
Now, wait a minute.
Look it up. You
That's
don't even
something
know what
different?
you're talking about. It's not something different. It's something you have unlearned.
Oh, now I'm unlearned.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I be?
I know I can break that Bible out too and teach you a lot about Israel. Come with it. I got documents
Where
here.
did the term Hebrew come from?
Where did the term Hebrew come from?
Yeah.
That's the correct pronunciation for Hebrew, as you keep saying.
Yeah,
with
it's
H.
Hebrew.
It's
Where does it
Hebrew.
come from?
The term comes from our Jewish lineage. But we were also connected. No, yes it does.
No, it
It came
doesn't.
from one man.
Type
One
it in.
man.
Type it in your
No,
phone,
you
bro.
what man did
You don't
want
to type it in your phone. What's the
Hebrew.
problem?
Wait.
I'm not
Where
controversial.
You're right.
I know a little bit more than you do.
It came from one man.
Let me show you something.
Where did the Hebrew come from?
He said it came
The
from
term
our
Hebrew.
Jewish heritage.
You can't have a Jewish
I didn't say
heritage.
Hebrew.
That don't even make sense.
I'm not saying in the respects of what we call ourselves modern day now. They say Jewish. That's what they refer to you. When you go overseas, I don't know if you ever been. Yeah, I carry them books too. I got them swords
That's
too.
great news.
But what I'm saying is, brother, you trying to teach. I'm listening. I'm receiving. I'm not in.
Okay, so what are we trying to
opposite.
teach there?
What
What
I'm
are we
saying
trying- what are we
is,
trying to teach?
like the Most High said in the last day, everything will be revealed. So just because it hasn't been exposed to you, he said you have not because you've asked not. So to say that what I'm saying is disqualified just because basing it on your knowledge, that's nonsense. You know what I mean? Our knowledge is not limited because we connect to the Creator, which we call Elohim. And some people call him various other names, Yahusha, Yahuwah, you know what I mean? El Shaddai. We got plenty names, Rakudash, you know what I mean? But the fact that we having this conversation is just a manifestation of that truth. All things, he said, in the last day will be revealed.
Okay, so
even what they did to us. I got the congressional records in
That's
there
cool.
that talks about who we are as a
First
people.
off, you said how we connect to our
Hebrew.
God.
Y-I-B-I-R. I'll spell it out for you.
Hold on.
Look it up.
Hold on. Let's deal decently in
Hold on.
order.
I got you.
Relax.
All right.
I'm in order.
You said how we connect to our Father. How do we even know that we know the Most High?
How do we know the Most High?
Yeah,
Because
I know we're connected.
he said in the last days.
No.
No. I'm talking
How do we
about
know we're connected?
I'm just talking about the knowledge I have. I don't know the knowledge you have, brother. But he said in the last days, my people will have the zeal of me tattooed in their forehead. So you would think like-minded in the Creator and you would follow his commandments.
That's the new covenant.
We know better than
That's
that.
dealing with the new
You
covenant.
know better just like I know better.
Yeah,
Better.
read that.
So how do you know you connect to the Father?
I'm about to tell you.
Come on with it.
I'm about to tell you.
It's just like y'all wearing them fringes. Where you think that come from? Where you think European
That's
women
Are you
the law.
serious?
It's a tassel, bro. That's a
Hold on,
tassel.
wait.
The fringes is the same thing.
There was
What do you mean?
The
You don't
nation of
even-
Israel
what does
been
this
around
mean?
way before people started
What-
calling themselves
what does this
more.
mean then?
I don't know what that garbage means. I
Okay,
don't wear it.
I don't know what that garbage means on your head.
I
'cause
don't wear it. I follow the commandments. The Most High told us to
We
wear
wear
these.
turbans too. What are you talking about?
I'm wearing one right now. So
Okay,
what's the
then
point?
don't call this garbage. if
I'm
you
just
don't know what it
saying.
means.
You asking me, that's a turban?
What you, the
Is that what that
energy you
is?
throw is the energy you get.
That's fine. Is that a turban? Is that what we wore?
It's a lot
Is that what
of
we're supposed to wear?
knowledge.
Was we walking
Yeah,
around?
yes, this is a
Was
turban.
we walking
This
around
is a
calling
turban.
ourselves more?
Of course we would.
What is a more?
It's a Moabite. It's in the Bible.
Unbelievable. No, it's
Oh,
not.
my God.
Moabite is a nation. It's a nation of people. I mean, that's why I asked you, where
It's
is
a
the
lot
man
of-
more
listen,
that we
listen,
descend
listen,
from?
listen.
You
It's
have
a
to
lot.
descend
Listen,
from
listen.
somebody.
I just want to say that I ain't gonna walk out. I want to hear this.
You good,
It's
bro.
a lot of brothers because of their stubbornness and their pride is gonna be cut out the kingdom just like that.
course. But
it's
listen,
a lot of Israel.
this is what
listen,
I'm
listen,
asking
brother.
you.
Let me finish my point, and I'll shut up.
right.
There's a lot of Israel that are being cut into that full fulfillment of knowledge. These people don't think these people don't know who the hell you is, and they watch you here. You know why they don't bother you? It's not just because of the angels are covering you. It's because you don't know what the hell you completely. You know some of what you talk about, but you don't have the fulfillment of what you talk
That's
about.
fine. But what
Because I don't walk
asked you a
around
question.
dodging the police.
That's fine. Of course you don't. You know
Because
what
I
I'm
know
saying?
what
You
I
got
know.
More science and all that. That's
Oh,
great
man.
news. That's cool.
That's one
No,
component of it,
I mean,
bro.
listen, I'm
you,
not knocking
you
that.
quoting stuff you ran across,
I'm
but
not
you don't
knocking
know
that,
what
but
the
what I
you
asked
don't
you a
know what the
question.
congressional record said. You don't know
I
why.
asked you a
You
question.
don't know why.
That-
No,
you know what? Listen, it
brother,
doesn't
let
make
me
me different.
calm my voice.
It doesn't
You
make
don't
me
know why
different.
Hitler made the comment that in the last days
He's gonna
from his
start World
books.
War III.
Yeah,
Of
because
course.
we're waking up now.
Waking up
See,
to what?
to the truth.
What is the truth?
The truth is we're Moabites. No. We're Israelites.
Let me give you the history.
Hey,
Hold
bro.
on. Let me give you the history of,
Hey, go
of
ahead,
the
go ahead.
Moabites.
Give me a history.
Genesis
Give me
19 and 30.
Give me a history.
And Lot went up out of
Now, who
Zor.
is Lot?
Lot was Abraham's nephew.
Okay.
and dwelt in the mountain.
So you telling me he ain't made it in the
Hold
kingdom?
on, let me finish.
Was he an Israelite? Was he Hebrew?
Was he a Moabite?
No.
What was he then?
Hold on.
Abraham.
Let me finish. Because first off, during Lot, there was no Moabite at the time. So let me finish,
There was no
and
Israelite
you
at
will
the time.
see.
There was no.
You will see.
There was no Edomites at the time.
Shemitic.
For he feared to dwell in Zor, and he dwelt in a cave and his 2 daughters.
So when was this happening? This is after Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
And the firstborn,
Okay, go ahead.
and the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him,
So they thinking the world has ended. Nobody else is alive but them 3. Go ahead.
that we may preserve seed. And they made the father drink wine that night.
They got him drunk.
And the firstborn went in and lay with her father.
And did what?
And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose.
No, I'm listening. I know the story.
And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn
telling
said
me
to
we
the
cut out of
younger,
that?
Behold, I lay yesternight with my father.
And then, and not only that, once you finish that, get that in the law about the Moabites. Go ahead.
Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father.
Okay. So now you already know the story. Lot's 2 daughters got him drunk and had sex with him. Read.
All right, 36. Thus were both the daughters of Lot.
You're not even listening. Listen, we about to tell you you saying we're Moabites, but we trying to tell you who the
Hold on,
Moabites are.
here it goes.
We trying to tell you who the Moabites are, but you're saying we're Moabites.
Thus were both of the daughters of Lot with child by their father.
Both of them had incest babies.
Hold on.
Read.
And the firstborn bare a son,
What was his name?
and called his name Moab.
Call his name what?
Moab. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day.
Until that changed.
Until this day.
Now that went away. We done bred them out.
Until this day.
Now who are the Moabites?
Who are the Moabites?
Who are the
That's an
Moabites?
incest baby,
Listen,
man.
I'm not denying the fact that you use that scripture, right?
Okay.
That's been pleasurized. Now, when you listen, you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the truth. Y'all get all excited, but y'all ain't free.
Free from what?
This
You're
bondage.
not free.
Who ain't free?
You're not.
You a lie.
I bet you a white cop can come shoot
If
you
a
down
cracker
right now. How can
came,
you
if
free?
a cracker came, and that's an oxymoron. That's not a racist
how are you
term.
free?
If a cracker came up, he wouldn't arrest me. I promise you that.
He
We don't
wouldn't-
care
he
because
wouldn't
we
even touch
racist
me.
He
anyway.
wouldn't.
I know some
because
stuff.
you know the law.
Spiritually, I know some stuff.
You're a master at their law. I mean,
It's
anybody
not
can
their
do that.
law. See, that's where you
This is-
wrong.
this is the point,
That's
bro.
where you wrong,
Brother, this is
Have
the
you ever been
point.
to the Library of Congress?
No, I haven't.
You haven't.
No.
So you can't speak for everybody because you're not everybody.
What? All right, let me
It's
ask
a
you this.
lot of
Listen,
Listen,
we're gonna cut it
listen.
off right here. What is
Why we
your,
gotta cut it off?
No, listen. What is your point? What are you out here trying to teach? Who
what
are
are you
we
trying to teach?
Who are we out here
How
trying
are
to
you
teach?
freeing our people?
Listen,
What
we're
you
trying to
teaching?
teach who we are as a nation, a people, and to come back to our God
Okay,
under
so how
the
can
laws, statutes, and commandments that are required of us, right? To get out of the situation that we are in now.
And what's the situation?
We're on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes
Why?
to the 18 nations because we disobeyed our God and followed after them.
I don't have gods.
everybody else.
I don't have gods. I do have a creator, or the Almighty, as we call him, or the Ahaya. But you calling a dog, that's not my
dog.
God.
What
That's
you
what
talking
God.
about?
Turn the word around. You know the etymology of words? See, but listen.
God is just a blanket.
Just because we think on a
God
higher
is
level.
just a blanket.
Listen, you can't knock people for having a high conscience.
The word God is God.
Then what does it mean then?
It
We was
just
calling
means
him
power.
It just means power. That's what it means.
Was we calling him the creator dog? We was calling him creator dog.
All right.
I'm just
I'm not trying to debate.
I just
I told
told
you
you
what we
that
got
the
here.
etymology of the word God is a Greek word that
means
means
what?
dog. I mean, that means power.
He got you.
He
Yeah,
got me saying dog.
He got you.
But you just told me that
got you.
flipping
So
the letters around is the
That's fine.
etymology.
How
though.
can we free ourselves?
That's
How
the
can we
crazy
free-
thing.
Okay.
Tell me how we can
You
free
want the truth of how we can free ourselves.
you tell me.
Number one is unity. That's number one. Number two is gaining the consciousness of who you are and where you are. We're home. See, when people, yes, we are, brother. Do you know where the real Jerusalem at?
Sharing with us, right?
Not the stuff that you've been taught, the nonsense. The real Jerusalem is in South America, bro.
So all the people on the slave ship just came, a bunch of people
Bro,
just gone
where the
around
boats
the
at,
whole
bro?
day.
Where are the boats at?
Hey, bro, you getting shared?
Where the boats at?
You really? Whenever you got some time.
Professional records,
Yeah.
bro. The first slaves. Wait. He said something. He said something. Let me speak.
Where the boats at?
Where the boats
Now,
at?
when you deal with
No. Let me speak, bro. Cause y'all speak. It's two of y'all. I can't address two people at the same time.
Everybody stay in order. Stay in order.
Confusion, bro.
Stay in order.
I say, listen, man. The first slaves that landed on the shores of our land, this aboriginal territory, were European Caucasian cave people.
So who brought people over
Who
here?
brought people to seafarers called
So how you gonna
Moors.
sit here and say I grabbed somebody's kids and bring them
Oh,
over here?
yeah.
They still kidnapping kids. How you gonna sit here and say they kill kidnapping kids out
You gotta
here?
be all excited.
And you over here talking about they over here snatching little boys and girls.
Bro. Bring it down, bro.
You over here like, oh, well, no, people ain't snatching. White people still snatching kids out here. And you over here talking about, no, all our people in here, they still trafficking kids.
Did I
Come on,
disagree
man.
with you, bro? Did I disagree with you?
I got bullshit out
You
here, man.
bullshit.
Listen. That's
But
fine.
go ahead,
That's
man.
fine. That's
Get
fine.
your people in order, bro.
That's fine.
Because if my people were standing here, we'll be decent and in
that's
order.
great
That's
news.
not decent.
What are you-
That's demonic.
Listen,
But go
we
ahead,
out
brother.
here trying to get our people back to the Most High, our God, Yahweh.
And that's the same fight we fighting. So to try to
But you,
separate us,
how you
no,
gonna
no,
you can't be
no.
an Israelite
You ain't listening.
and a Moor. It's not possible.
Bro, I gotta talk to three people at once. How you think I feel?
You're talking to me.
The same mission you're on is the same commission we were given. You have never sat in the science temple, and you have never sat in none of our homes to make those statements you're making generally. You don't know none of us personally. So don't make them statements
That's
off of
fine.
what you see people
That's
do on
fine.
YouTube.
I'ma ask
Those
you-
are the pleasurized Moors.
Okay.
Those
Can
are
I
not the
ask you-
Moors out here
Can I
with their
ask you-
foot on the ground
can I
doing
ask you
shit
two
for the
questions?
society.
I just
Go
need
ahead.
two questions
Go ahead.
answered,
Ask your
right?
question, bro.
Are Moors a nation of people?
Yes, we are.
Okay, that's one question. Who was the first Moor?
Who was the first Moor?
Yes.
The Pharaoh was the first Moor, bro. Nefertiti was the first Moor, bro. What do you mean? Who was the first Moor?
Egyptian.
They can call themselves.
You can't be
they call
another. You
themselves
can't be
whatever,
two
bro.
nations at once. It's not possible.
Bro,
if
listen,
that's the case,
I'm not saying.
And
Listen.
This is what you got to understand.
Oh my God.
Moor, you know the term Moor just means black.
That's
all
not
it
what it
means.
means.
First,
And
first,
you know
that's
better
all-
than that.
First, that's all
You know
it means.
better than that.
It
That's
don't
not
mean
it.
Moabite.
It means original Egyptian. And
It's
stop
ridiculous.
telling people that nonsense.
How?
Y'all don't even go get. Where's y'all etymology? You got a whole goddamn Babylon Timbuktu. Our history is mentioned in there.
Give me
So don't
Exodus,
do that,
give me
bro.
Exodus,
It
where
don't
you
mean
put
black.
the
What the fuck do black
that.
mean? What nation is black?
Exodus.
You don't even have dictionaries
Give me
around
where you
here.
put a difference.
What do the dictionary? What do the dictionary say about black?
The etymology of
Where you
Moor.
put it different.
The origin of the English term Moor is the Greek word
Maurice.
Marro, which literally means black, blackened
You
or
keep
charred,
going back to
and
this.
has long
Listen,
been
man, we're
used
not
to
Greek.
describe black or
We're
very
not
dark
Greek.
things.
How can
And
you-
this is why I
how
asked
can
that
you
question.
use terminology?
Listen,
right here.
listen. This is why I asked you that question because there is no man Moor.
This is the
Moor
etymology of the word
was
Moor.
not a nation. What it was an
I'm
empire.
listening to this.
Why was it
I'm
an
listening
empire?
to this.
What's the difference between a nation and an empire?
What's the difference between a kingdom, nation, and empire? Then, since you're gonna go there,
It's the same. A
Because
kingdom
it
and an
was
empire is
never
the same
nation.
thing.
Yes.
A kingdom and an empire is the same thing. So this is
Okay.
why I asked you, right?
okay.
The Moors were a coalition of different
A
nations.
coalition?
Yes, they
Yeah.
was.
Brother,
that made up an empire.
Brother, the story has not been told properly.
So can an Arab man be a Moor?
Can the Arab? Hell no. Hell no.
There were Moorish Arabs.
Hell no.
Matter of fact,
No,
they the ones that
wasn't.
started the pheasants.
No, they wasn't. That's
Sure.
another lie.
They started it.
That's another lie.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Because that's what our
I'm positive. But
sources say.
since you want to go there, who were the original Arabs and how did they look? Matter of fact, since you want to use Israel,
okay.
that came later, who came before Israel, bro?
Does it matter?
It does matter.
Why?
Well, you know why it matters?
Why does it matter?
Because what are you going to base your history on if you don't have one?
I got it right there.
Come on, bro. But who were the first people on earth?
Give me. It doesn't matter.
It does matter, bro.
Moors.
Oh my God,
why does that
you're not
matter?
even making sense.
Who's Israel?
Where are
Who's
y'all
Shema?
dictionaries
where you
to
put
prove
it
these
different.
words?
Hold on.
You said more mean black.
is an
That's
We
just
nonsense,
read it.
bro. That's
we
Greek.
just That's where it came from.
That's not where the
Where
word
did the
came
English
from.
language come from?
Where did the English? From you, from your ancestors. What did you talk about? Who civilized the European out of the caves?
Hold on. This is from the Encyclopedia Britannica.
This is Encyclopedia Britannica. These are another source. We not just
The
out here
term
making stuff up.
Moors has no real
It doesn't mean anything.
ethnological value. Europeans of the Middle Ages and the early modern period variously applied the names to Arabs, Africans, and Muslims.
Hold on, wait. Stop. Can Arabs be Moors? What'd that say? Read it again. I just told
applied
you
the
that.
term.
What do you when you say Arab?
They applied
who
the
are you
term
referring to?
to
The original Arabs
Arab,
like us.
North
Okay, the
African
Ishmaelites, yeah.
beavers, and
Ishmaelites,
Muslim
can they be
Europeans.
Moors? Can they be more?
The original-
That's why I said they were a coalition of different nations that made up an empire.
You want the
Just the
definition?
same way America is. America is not a nation; it's an empire that's made
No,
up of different
is a-
nations.
America is a, when you say America, what are you referring to, bro?
The United States of America is a coalition
Listen.
of different nations.
The United
That's all it
States,
is.
the United States of America.
It's a coalition.
It's
Hold
a
on.
corporation.
The
Read,
16th century
Hold on.
scholar
Read.
Leo Africanus, from 1494 to 1554, identified the Moors
That's what you talking about.
as the native beavers inhabitants of the former Rome Africa province, Roman Africans.
Find a definition.
He described Moors as one of 5 main population
Five
groups
main population groups. You know what that's called?
Hold
a
on.
coalition of nations.
alongside the Egyptians,
We're not a
The
coalition,
Egyptians.
bro.
Read.
what is it? Abyssinians, Abyssinians,
That's
the
two.
Arabs,
The Arabs.
the
Right here.
Carfates or Caphretes.
Don't ever call me black. I'm not no goddamn black person.
What are you talking
Europeans are the original
He
black
just- Is that the word black?
That
Yeah,
is
it's
the
out
word
of a
black.
dictionary, bro.
I
That
just,
is the
I just
word
looked
black.
up in the encyclopedia.
What do you mean? You just
the
called me
etymology
black.
of the word
What does that mean?
Moor.
Telling you what the Greek word
Bro.
came, where it came from.
I just looked up the word
using
Moor.
Greek.
It's a Greek
That's an
word.
English, bro.
Listen.
What was the lingua franca before English?
Ain't
primary
pull out none
language
of books.
before
I'ma
English was
carry
what?
books in these little bags, bro. I got some heavy
I just
books.
want to know that.
talking
What
about?
was
is
the
you talking
lingua
about,
franca before
You
English?
ain't teaching nothing. Come on this side.
Hold on,
Why you
bring
talking?
what you got out. Bring what you read that.
And I
bro.
can't too.
The
Read
book of
that. Read
2
that.
Timothy,
Teach something.
chapter 3, verse 13.
So you know this verse then. You know the
But
Bible.
evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse,
Worse and worse.
deceiving and being deceived.
Deceiving and being deceived.
That's
So
right.
we're telling you,
deceived,
I
right?
looked in.
telling you've been deceived.
I just
saying I'm
quoted
deceived,
from
right?
we
several
just
sources.
gave you 3 sources.
Explain to me what that's about.
That was just
What is that? It's a picture of a white man kissing a black man.
Who the hell is
Hamites'
that?
feet,
the Pope.
man.
They know.
that?
They know the.
What does that mean?
You
What
don't
does
think
it
the-
mean? You tell me what it means. What it say? What it say?
I don't know
It
what he
in the
said.
last
He's
day
just
what
a
will
white.
happen.
He's a devil kissing a white man, a black man's feet.
Y'all ain't even quoting the
So-
scriptures right, bro.
One,
I ain't
two,
gonna
three,
argue with
four.
you over
That's
what I
all.
already
You-
know to
you-
be
The
you-
5
quoting
nations
Isaiah
that
49,
created
that's
the
fine.
Moors
But
were
what was-
from Spain, Portugal, Arab, Berber, and North Africa.
We just told you it's a coalition of nations. Why can't you just admit that? That's
can't-
why you think
I
it was
can't admit
referred
something
to.
that's a lie, bro.
It's been referred to as the Moorish
I can't
Empire.
admit something that's a lie.
Brother, you're showing me pictures, but that doesn't mean
Read the
anything.
information. You're not even reading the
Ancient
information.
headdress of Berber Moorish women.
And then what you see
Hold on,
next
wait.
to it?
What is a Berber Moorish woman?
A Berber Moorish woman is a mixed woman that's with Moorish blood, bro.
There's no such thing as
So,
Moorish
are you
blood.
with-
That's like I'm trying to tell
Do you
you.
follow them? You follow
if you
the
say
Muslim?
so, keep believing
We
what you
just
believe.
read 3 sources.
Okay.
Do you find them? Do you follow the Muslim Quran or the Quran?
Man,
I'm just
listen.
asking.
No,
I subscribe. When we say the word Islam, Islam has 99 attributes. One of those attributes means I self-law master. We're the master of the law. Why? You got the law right here. You keep talking about
I
laws.
just asked a simple
no,
question.
then-
Do you
then-
follow the Quran?
I follow the Torah and the Tanakh.
Okay.
Those are the books that sit in my house.
Okay.
I told you I'm an Hebrew. Let me show you that. I'm not going to argue with my brother.
No, listen, we
I
have-
know the truth.
I'm not
Listen.
mad about that.
I know the
We
truth.
having a
mad about
discussion,
nothing,
all right?
Nah.
You know,
We just having a discussion. Ain't nobody upset
you
here.
know the Esau. These are Hebrew too.
I know
right?
that.
right.
What did the Creator say? He said, "My people will be scattered all over the lands." Right. So,
And he also
in the midst,
said what?
In the midst of us being scattered, right?
And he also said what? We will lose our heritage too. Right?
Did that not happen?
Hold on.
Did that
That
not
did happen.
Okay.
But what is our heritage?
Okay.
What
Now,
is our heritage?
When I say I subscribe to both, my knowledge is a little bit more. You can hold the phone, bro. Bro, you can hold the phone.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not gonna read that one.
So, well, you don't gotta read it, but this is a lot more primitive than what we have over here, because we went in bondage to hearts.
Okay.
So when people go to quoting stuff that they know nothing about, then that's why I tell them, bro, you don't even know what you're talking about.
17
Hebrew. That's the real pronunciation of what you be saying is Hebrew.
Wait a minute. That's actually Yiddish.
Yes.
Yiddish.
Yiddish is called vowel. That's when they did the
Who are
vowel.
the original man and woman?
Oh man, come on. Man.
Just answer the question, bro.
Man and woman was the original man and woman. It doesn't matter.
Who is the original people on earth?
Who knows?
Black people.
So-called
Nobody
black
knows.
people are the original people on earth. So all the bloodlines come through us, correct? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
All the bloodlines come through that. So if all the bloodlines come through us, then the other people's knowledge is regurgitated and plagiarized
Ezra's
based on what we were doing.
Give me second Ezra 6:54.
So y'all ain't gonna get it.
I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, you said we was destroyed, lack of knowledge, and all this stuff.
That's
Right?
what's going on.
We lost our heritage. You already
have, yeah.
What was our heritage?
Our heritage is the things that you don't know. That's in the congressional record.
We got to find out.
Because I
Besides,
Listen,
this
listen.
is Iraq 17 and 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of
He
life.
gave us what?
The law of life.
No, he gave us congressional records.
The law of
He
life
gave us the law of life
for an heritage.
for a heritage.
So the
What
laws,
what
statutes, and
our
commandments
heritage?
are our heritage.
Say what?
What was our heritage?
Man,
The law,
brother,
statutes, and commandments.
You
Wait.
gotta be realistic, bro.
The original man. Give me that.
You gotta be
second Ezra
realistic,
6:54.
bro. You're not being realistic, and you're not making
about
like you're
to
not
find
being
out.
realistic because
That's
of
as
the
real
fact-
as it gets.
We living in reality right now.
That's as real as it
In
gets.
reality,
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6,
Hold your peace.
verse
We talking about the
54.
original man.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest
Adam was
Lord,
Adam was amongst the original man, right? Everybody comes through Adam, right? Read.
all thy creatures,
So Adam was Lord of all the creatures. All mankind comes from Adam. Read.
of him come we all.
See that? We all come from the original man, right? Read.
And the people also, whom thou hast chosen,
So everybody comes from Adam, but within that, the Most High chose us separate people. Go ahead.
all this have I spoken before thee, O Yahweh, because thou madest the world for our
He
sake.
made the world for our sakes. Whose sakes? The elect's sake. That he chose out of the seed line from Adam, right? That all people come from, right? Read.
As for the other people,
As for the other people, the original man, the first man who got here, as for him, read,
which also come of Adam,
which also comes from Adam, read,
that has said, thou art nothing.
they are who?
Thou art nothing.
No, they're more.
They are
But we
nothing.
got to worry about the original man.
They are
They
nothing.
are nothing. This is the God that you follow right here. He said they're nothing.
when the Creator
Give me
tell
Deuteronomy
you,
7 and 6.
Listen,
Or
brother.
you get some.
When the Creator tell you,
Okay, read.
when
read.
the Creator speak to you, and you get your hour to walk with the Creator, and He call you a fool for the people you have despised that you never knew.
So what?
It's gonna be a lot of people
What did that verse
that
say
have
then?
this word, right? That
did
are
that
boasted up. 2 Timothy chapter 3. It's gonna be a lot of them on the
got?
day of judgment.
That's fine.
Deuteronomy
You know what 2
4
Timothy
and 5.
Tell me what this says. Hey,
Behold,
break this down.
I
What
have
does it say?
taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither they go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom.
This is what?
Your
Your
wisdom
wisdom,
and your understanding
This is our wisdom and
in
understanding.
the sight of the nation.
Hold on.
Hold on, hey.
Let's finish dealing with the brother.
No, you fine, but
Go ahead, read.
I'm cool, bro.
That's your wife right there? No. That's your girlfriend? Would y'all just ace boom coons? That's what it is?
No, I'm just listening in.
Man, go ahead.
Go ahead.
2 Timothy chapter
your wisdom
Remember
and your
that.
understanding in the sight of the nation,
What's our wisdom and understanding?
the commandments,
Uh-huh.
which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Which nation is he talking about? Is he talking about the Moorish nation?
Don't worry about that. You speaking.
What did that say?
Listen, man.
What did it say?
You keep trying to slander the Moors, but you gonna look like the foolish man on the day of judgment.
Who got that?
What I was finna
Give me
say
that
is,
in
no.
where
Let
Elijah
me say something. Because you teaching and I respect that, but
Ezekiel
you don't know
9:4.
everything you talk
Kings
about.
what?
You missing
marks on
bits
their
and
forehead?
pieces.
Go ahead.
What I'm talking about is just what you
Where
read, right?
Elijah was mocking the prophets.
When the Most High was talking about the land of milk, see, I almost forgot because of all these distractions. When the Most High was talking about the land of milk and honey, where the hell is that land today? Do you hear what I'm saying? When the Most High was talking about the land of milk and honey, where the hell is that land today?
It's in Israel.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's
what?
not.
Okay.
Are you traveling to Israel today?
Of course not.
Is everybody in the world traveling to Israel today?
The
Land
so-called
of milk
white
and
man
honey
has
right here.
No, it's not.
This is the land of milk and honey right here. How many people come here a year? Y'all don't want to hear the truth, man.
What are they coming here for?
Listen, what are they coming here for? You asked the question.
I'm asking you.
They're coming here to get wealth
You made the
off
statement.
the backs of the people of the Creator. That's who they're coming here for.
So
They're coming here to get wealth.
Okay, now what you can do is say that this is the land of milk and honey for them, but it can't possibly be the
Where's
land of
the
milk and
land
honey
of
for
milk
us.
and honey?
Are we getting milk and honey right now?
We're not, because you know who he is.
This ain't our land.
Salaki. Revelations 18:18.
I'm still waiting on them slave ships to appear, bro.
Do
Because
you honestly?
do you really know only 15% of our people came here in slavery? 15%. The other ones were already on the land. If you ever have you ever heard of Pangea? Have you ever
Yeah, I
heard of
heard of
Pangea?
Pangea.
And that, what was in Pangea? The land was connected.
Okay, the land
So
was
how the
connected.
hell did we get here?
Easy. We got that in First Esdras. Or is it Second
Bro,
It's second Esdras
if the
13.
land
Esdras
was
13,
connected and it cracked apart,
47.
that means it was people already here toiling the land. I mean, it makes sense. This is
Second
simple
Esdras
science.
13. Second Esdras 13.
I'm not disagreeing.